Remember, this week we're learning about how good readers stop and think about what they're reading. They mark the spot to share later. You can make a connection. You can wonder something using a question mark or a light bulb to write about something you learned. These kinds of think marks work best for nonfiction books. If you're reading a fiction book, you also might write down a feeling that a character has or a funny part by writing LOL. Make sure you have your sticky notes and something to write with. This is perfect for when you're reading near somebody but don't want to bother them. Today, Elephant and Piggy are reading We're Waiting for Wings. They really like that book. Here we go. This is a book about weather. I can tell it's nonfiction because it has photographs. The author's name is Lisa M. Gerry. Wow, that's a beautiful photograph. Whoosh! The wind blows through the trees and the long branches sway and dance in the breeze. It's a windy day. Windy, sunny, and rainy are all different kinds of weather. Weather is always changing. Just watch. You'll see. The wind can be fast or slow. It can push boats across water and blow hats off heads. Whoops! Sunshine. On sunny days, the sun shines bright, warming the earth. Sunflowers and daisies turn toward the sun to soak up as many of its rays as they can. So plants do move. They turn toward the sun. The sun can make the air feel hot, just right for a rest in the shade or a swim. Ah, that feels nice. Clouds. Clouds are made up of tiny drops of water that float together in the sky. On sunny days, you might see big puffy clouds. When they block the sun, they make patches of shade on the ground below. Fluffy white clouds are cumulus clouds. Can you say cumulus? So now we know clouds are not cotton candy. They're made up of tiny drops of water. Some clouds are thin and feathery and float high in the sky. Thin and wispy clouds are called cirrus clouds. Can you say cirrus? Flat gray clouds are called stratus clouds. Can you say stratus? Some clouds cover the sky like thick gray blankets. Plants and animals need rain to survive. Drip, drop. When dark clouds roll in, the rain might be next. One by one, drops of water fall from the clouds above. Pitter patter, split splat. Brr! When it's cold enough, water droplets in the clouds can freeze and fall to the ground as snow. Down drift snowflakes, one by one. Thunder always comes after lightning. When thunder rumbles and lightning flashes through the sky, get ready for a thunderstorm. Thunderstorms can bring lots of noise, lots of rain, and lots of loud noise. Boom! When I look at this photograph, it reminds me of the documentary, which is like a nonfiction movie that we just watched on Disney Plus about elephants. So I'm going to add a sticky note. It says C for connection, and we watched the show about elephants and the baby elephant. After a storm ends, the sun peeks through the clouds again. Animals shake the rain off. Let's go outside. The sun is shining. There are puddles to splash in. Wow, and rainbows to see. A rainbow happens when sunlight shines through tiny raindrops floating in the air. Have you ever seen a rainbow? I really want to ask Elephant and Piggy that question, but shh, they're busy reading. Wild weather. Here are some ways that weather can be wild. Flood. When too much rain falls too fast, it can cause floods. Tornado. When very strong winds start spinning, they can form a tornado. Hurricane. A hurricane is a widespread storm that brings strong winds and heavy rain. Blizzard. A blizzard is a heavy snowstorm with strong winds. Hail. Balls of ice called hail sometimes rain down from the sky. Drought. A drought happens when it doesn't rain for a very long time. It can make the ground dry up and crack. Watching the weather. Scientists who study the weather are called meteorologists. Here are some of the tools they use to predict what the weather will be like. Which kind of weather do you like best? Why? Anemometer. An anemometer measures wind speed. Satellite. A satellite in space takes pictures that show scientists how clouds are moving across Earth. Weather balloon. A weather balloon goes up high in the sky. It sends scientists information about the conditions up there. Thermometer. A thermometer measures air temperature, how warm or cold it is. Rain gauge. A rain gauge measures how rain has fallen. Wind sock. A wind sock shows which way the wind is blowing. What is today's weather where you live? I'm going to add another sticky note about this weather balloon. I wrote down that I learned something new. I learned that scientists use balloons to measure weather. What should you wear? When you head outside, it's important to have the right gear for the day's weather. Can you match these clothes and other items with the weather they are best for? Sunny and hot, rainy and wet, snowy and cold. Remember, don't bug your people near you while you're reading. Use your sticky notes to stop and jot something that's important.